You thought we'd gone away. You thought we'd gone away from that.
You haven't got rid of us.
You haven't got rid of us. I'm the man. I'm the host for the most. Every time now I'm getting that wrong. And this is the man.
You remember how to do this?
Oh, I've forgotten. And this is the man in the pits with the tits, Brendan. How are you, sir?
We are in Zandvoort.
There you are in Zandvoort. Yeah, that's the next race. We've worked that one out. Look how shiny my head is. The shiny man.
No, you've been outside, mate. You've been outside.
I've been literally burning at work because my new job is outside all day, every day. The other day, I said to a client, "Do you mind if I do this topless?" Well, do you know, I thought I should charge him a little bit extra for that.
Suggestions of what we think he's doing.
Yeah, guess the new job.
Guess the new job. Come on, let's get some interaction.
It's not some kind of strip. Believe me.
There is a poll involved.
Hey,
you do end up a bit wet.
What kind of pole and what kind of? What you're making it sound very disgusting already.
That's
but anyway,
there, mate.
What have we got to talk about? And F1. Do you know what? I have no idea. What are we going to talk about?
The summer break.
What are we going to talk about? Are we going to still continue with our silly season countdown?
We've got a bit of chat about that.
Go on, you can lead the way on that, mate.
We're just going to go straight in.
Let's go straight into pit talk because we've got no race to dissect, have we? Because we did that last time. So let's go straight away with pit talk. Pit talk. Hey!
So
let's
normally the summer break is silly season.
Okay.
And there was a lot of build up before the summer break about silly season and what was going to happen. And there's been a grand total of not a lot. Haas, shocker, hot off the press, have confirmed that they've got 2 drivers for next year. They've confirmed that it's the same drivers they have for this year. What incredible news!
Oh, wow.
What incredible news.
That must have broken the internet. Well, what other choices do they have? It's not like they had a plethora of choices.
It's not like everybody's ever wanted to be a Haas driver. You're not a proper Formula One driver till you've worn those black overalls.
Well, you can say that, but there's probably millions of those,
I would drive for them if they phoned.
I'd drive if they paid me. How much are they paying? The Hulk or
he just had his birthday.
He just had his birthday. How old is that man?
35, I think he is.
35. Those were the days.
Hey, you remember them?
No.
Oh.
35. Jesus Christ.
Other news. There is quite a strong rumor in a lot of the more.
Is this the rumor about Logan Sargent?
We'll get to that in a minute.
There's
a rumor about in more of the regulated press about our friend Lance Stroll and how he would rather be playing tennis.
He has said this.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. This is a cope. This sounds like a cope, doesn't it?
He's
really?
never gonna be as fast as Fernando.
He said that.
Yeah, he definitely has said that. And the add-on bit that's been reported is that he might, try his hand at professional tennis, which he's been, it was 50-50 which one he went to, and obviously because Daddy owns.
Really? Was it really 50-50? Was he a good tennis player?
Yeah, he's a really rated tennis player. Yeah, allegedly.
Let's have a look.
So yeah, that's if you Google Lance Stroll tennis, you'll see what happens.
Seed. Yeah. Let's put the seed in.
He's not played professional because he's been professional driving.
How long has he been out of the game of tennis? Because you can't just pop out of it. Let's have a look here. What we've got here. I've got Lance Stroll set sights on Djokovic and Alcaraz. I don't know who that man is, because this isn't the tennis podcast, is it? So how would I know?
No.
Discusses F1 retirement, and trying tennis. I don't think he's just not as good as Alonso. Do you know what I mean?
He's not as good as a lot of other drivers that could be putting that car around the track faster than he is.
Do you think so?
Oh yeah, he's still a paid driver at the end of the day. He's been all right for them, but he's getting shown up a bit.
Yeah,
and I think you've kind of seen his body language. We've spoken about it before. His body language, he's just not as fast as I think.
You were getting into a good conversation about it, and then I'm reading an article here that says he's lost his mojo and he's currently having a season break in the Belgian Grand Prix. Yeah, I don't know. Go on.
I think last season he looked quite. He knew that he wasn't doing quite as well as Fernando, or last season, or was Fernando there last season? Yeah.
No, no, he wasn't, was he? Who was he with? Vettel
last night. Yeah, he was doing all right last year, but you could still see he wasn't fantastically happy. And then he's this year he's getting his ass handed to him by Fernando, and he's just looking for something else.
He's looking for something else, and of course, if Daddy's rich, it's not going to be cleaning windows or anything, is it? Let's have a look.
Nothing wrong with that, mate.
Nothing wrong with that, mate. Let's have a look at Lance Stroll's pedigree in the tennis. I'm going onto his Wikipedia page. I want to know if he's got any accolades in tennis, because you can't just switch. Tennis is you're bred to do it, aren't you? I mean, you to be a tennis star, the difference is one of my favourite novelists is a chap called David Foster Wallace, who unfortunately killed himself in 2008. But he was either going to be a novelist or a tennis player, and he said that the leap from being like a regional, like in the top 1,000 in the world or in the United States, top 1,000, the leap from that to being a top professional tennis player is the difference between like 3 hours a day and 9-10 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
It's just a massive jump. You can't just go, okay, I'll give this a go, and all of a sudden become a top tier tennis player. It's a case of day in, day out, eating this, no fun.
Yeah.
If I had the choice, I'd be the Formula One driver.
Well, he's tried that, and he's,
Yeah, but tennis, that's a life of misery. That must be a life of misery career. Formula. This is all about his driving career, which is still good. I can't see anything on his Wikipedia page about tennis. Second youngest driver, Turkish driver, Formula 1, Russia 2. Personal life. Stroll is the son of Canadian billionaire, not just millionaires anymore. A millionaire is just a millionaire is just go on.
Millionaire. How to become a millionaire?
Go on.
Start off as a billionaire and then buy a boat.
Hey, little quips there, little
Yeah, dad jokes, we.
Yeah, but now millionaires aren't. No, I know I'm saying it. It's me and you saying it, but if saying you're a millionaire isn't just that special now, is it? It's billionaire now.
Ten a penny, mate.
Ten a penny. His parents divorced and his father since remarried Raquel Dintz. Now I'm going to bet Raquel Dintz. Dintz is a
probably the same age as Lancey boy, isn't he?
Probably. Well, that's Raquel Dintz. Let's have a look at her. I'm almost willing to Dinitz. That's a Formula One driver. Name Dinitz. That's been. Let's have a look. She's yeah. Wouldn't surprise me if she's related.
From black and white, Dave.
From the old back in the day when they had gear sticks. I'm gonna now I'm falling down a rabbit hole on the internet. Raquel Dintz, find Raquel Dintz. If I type F1, I'm almost willing to bet images for Raquel Dintz F1. I'm willing to bet her dad's a Formula One driver. Lance Stroll, family life with wife Raquel Stroll. Obviously now her name's Raquel Stroll. Michael Douglas. Oh, this is good. It'll be Kevin Bacon next. Won't it? Michael I put Dinitz Formula One. Let's do this. I reckon she's the daughter of a Formula One driver. Pedro Dinitz. Yep. Okay. Here we go. How old's he now? 53. Maybe she's not the daughter.
Well,
he's got aunts.
Put Laura in a different light.
He's got grandparents called Dinitz. Yeah. Okay. All right. I was reaching a bit there for some kind of tenuous link. Anyway, well, Lance Stroll, good luck to him. I mean, it's not like, he's got all the choices in the world, hasn't he? He's got all the choices in the world.
Yeah, and you only get one life, so you might as well be enjoying it.
Yeah, you can't knock the guy,
You mentioned about Logan Sargent. What have you heard? What's the story you've heard?
I saw one sort of article suggesting that it's time that the game's up for Logan Sargent. But as we spoke to previously on this podcast, that's not a Williams kind of style to ditch a driver halfway through the season. So
no, they'll keep him to the end of the season, and they might keep him as a reserve driver. He's a talented driver. He just came through the ranks too quickly, probably because of Doralton Capital's American leaning, trying to get an American driver in the paddock.
Yeah.
And he fitted on all those fronts. He just wasn't ready to drive at that level. But it does mean if they did.
Are you all right there, mate? It looks like you're finishing your dinner.
I'm not doing well, mate. But anyway.
Okay. Okay.
There's a good chance that a lot of people are looking at Alex Albon. He's doing really well in that car.
He's doing very well in that car. And so he's another one that's making him look bad, isn't it? I suppose. But
yeah.
But back in the day,
I don't know what they would do. I don't know what they would do. They've got closer links to Mercedes, and our friend De Vries is, he's shown himself. He's still in the paddock, around the paddock. He's been named as one of the junior drivers that Red Bull are going to be running, because you've got to run so many junior drivers in the free practice sessions. So he's getting a ride again in Mexico, I think. But he's been named as one of the junior drivers that's going to drive. So he's still on the books as a junior driver. So it'll be interesting to watch. There seems to be a lot of people just on the edge of things, and nothing's come out yet.
Schumacher's being mentioned quite a lot as well.
Yep, for a comeback. He seems to have impressed at Mercedes. So would he go to Williams possibly?
Do you think they drop their junior drivers too quickly? All teams now.
I think they might bring them up too quickly. But then you look at Nick De Vries, he's not done fantastically well. And he's won Formula 2, Formula E.
They're not giving him time. They're just not giving him time.
Yeah, I think we've said that. Nick De Vries is a second season kind of guy, is he's got a reputation for.
Because
and we've talked about that before.
Back in the day, Perez drove for McLaren, and he didn't do well in McLaren, and then he slowly slipped down, and he's had to build it up again.
Yeah.
But if that was to happen now, he didn't do well in McLaren, he's out. Do you see what I mean? It's like they're not letting them embed in the team, and almost not letting them make the mistakes. Part of learning is making mistakes, but I suppose
I think
when there's that much. Go on, sorry, mate.
I think that's why the FIA have asked for them to use a junior driver in 2 or 3 FP sessions during the season.
Yeah.
And that's what they're doing. That's why De Vries is coming back and that sort of thing. But it's
go.
Who's
popping into Sainz's seat this weekend? There's someone driving for FP1 in Ferrari.
Yeah, what's his name? It's one of their junior drivers. I've forgotten. He's a Russian guy, actually. But
I thought they binned all the Russian guys, or was it just did they start a whole war just so they could get rid of Nikita Mazepin?
He's racing under a neutral flag, I think.
Oh yeah. Poor old Nicky. That's really going to annoy Nicky now, isn't it?
Schwartzman.
What's his name?
Robert Schwartzman.
Schwartzman.
Yeah.
Not a
He's a Russian Israeli.
So he's Russian then.
Yeah.
So he's got a great grandparent who's Israeli. Not that being an Israeli. Oh, it's all politics. I don't know. Here's a little fun fact. There's a guy in Formula 2 called Mansell, and he's absolutely no relation to Nigel Mansell.
Really?
Yeah. What are the chances of the surname? How many people do you know with the surname Mansell? I've never met a Mansell in my life. What are the chances of that? I had to look it up. I thought he's got to be related. Nope.
Yeah, you would think, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think his name's Mansell. I'm still looking at Pedro Paulo Diniz there. Let's get him off the screen. So what else is we've got any more gossip here? Let's have a look at the F1 news.
Horseman doing that. There's a lot of talk about how Lewis Hamilton hasn't signed a contract.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of talk about that, but that's he's never one that's quick to put his pen down on paper.
Yeah.
And then there is the discussion about Felipe Massa being the only Ferrari driver in with a shot of winning a FIA championship this year. Or being awarded an FIA championship, that's the word.
Oh, for Christ's sake. Why don't we just go on?
He's entered litigation about being loss of earnings. He doesn't want the title. He wants the earnings put back. He wants some compensation.
Who wants the cash?
Yeah.
For what?
We've spoken about it before, but just to recap, his claim is that the FIA and Formula One as a body knew about the illegalities of Crashgate and did nothing about it. They should have at the time cancelled the result of that race, which would have in turn meant that at the end of, if all the other races went the same way as they had, he would have won the championship that season. You still there?
Yeah, I'm still there. I just don't know how I feel about it. It's a bit of a cash grab, isn't it?
Well, is it? I mean, I think he's got a point. If Bernie Ecclestone came out pretty much and said that they knew that crash was faked. So if they'd known that at the time, they should have null and voided that race. Correct?
They knew it at the time, on the day, like on the weekend. They knew. Yeah. They knew
during the season. They knew that race, that crash was faked. So they're not going to rerun the race. What's their reason
for not doing anything?
Nobody
Bernie.
knows that. And
Bernie's great now, though. How old is Bernie now? He's just going to say everything, isn't he? He's just going to sit back and go, by the way, this was fake. Yeah, you don't get it. They've already tried to cancel him once. When you get that old, you're uncancelable. I don't think you're just going to go, But I don't know. If it was...
if you take it... Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I was going to go into then you could go back in history and go, well, they probably knew this, they probably knew that. I don't know.
Probably is quite a big word, right?
It is. How many letters is that?
They knew during the season that was a faked crash.
Right.
That's a fact, right? During that season, that race should have been wiped.
Right.
Yes? No? Yes? If you take it issue by issue, right? They knew it was a faked crash. It affected the outcome of the race. Should the race results have stood? Right? Let's answer that.
The entire field has to be punished for it, though. Not the team that did the crash.
After the event, how
you could just disqualify the Renault team.
All right, maybe you do that. How would that have
Let's have a look at the race results. Let's have a look. A look. What was it? When was it, mate? This Crashgate that you didn't know nothing about a couple of weeks ago. Crashgate.
1989.
Did you just say 1989? That's ridiculous. 2008. Crashgate 2008.
Oh, 2008. Right, okay.
Lewis's first season, mate. First winning season. Renault Formula One Crashgate. Let's have a look. Right. There's loads of videos on this now. Renault Formula One crash controversy. Grand Prix. Let's have the results. Where did... Hang on. It's qualifying. I got a bit confused there. It said Felipe Massa was pole position. Massa came 13th. So he came 13th.
Right. So how many points?
Hamilton came 3rd.
How many points? Hamilton was 3rd.
Yeah. So if you got rid of Alonso,
right? No, hang on. What was the FIA ruling at the time on that sort of thing? What was the policy at the time? Was it scrap the Renault team and give points accordingly, or void the whole race?
I've no idea. I mean, that's like the FIA rules manual in 2008. I've got to download that PDF and go through it 700 times. But I think it's incredibly unfair on other people. Nico would have got his first win. Nico Rosberg, wouldn't he?
Right.
Nico came 2nd. Lewis came 3rd. Timo Glock, there's a name. Sebastian Vettel came 5th. Timo what? Nick Heidfeld. David Coulthard came 7th. David Coulthard would have been 6th. Nakajima, Kazuki Nakajima, that's Satoru Nakajima's son, if you know who Satoru Nakajima is. Do you know? No?
Yeah.
You do? Oh, of course.
He's a race driver, wasn't he?
He's a race driver. He got his first point there. Jenson Button would have been pushed up into 8th. So this is the old point scoring. It was only 10 points for a win, 8 points for 2nd, 6 for 3rd, 5th, 5 for 4th. So Hamilton would have gained points. Massa would have been pushed up 1 place to 12th. No points. It's not fair on the other drivers, is it? To void all their... They've all been riding around, not knowing. Racing. They've been racing, and all these other teams would have earned money from their appearance in it and things like that. I just don't think it's as easy as just bin that race off when there's, another 14 competitors.
Yeah.
I would even say scratch Fernando Alonso's win, but keep all the points the same. I don't know. But to bin that race off and then change a whole championship, and it would ruin that season. That season had a mighty, brilliant ending. But, yeah.
No, well, I don't think he's wanting to change. He's not wanting the title. That's certainly not what he's wanting.
But he wants
the title.
No, okay, but he wants to scrap the whole of that race result.
Yeah.
Just so Lewis doesn't get 6 points.
So nobody would get any points.
But no, but
which would mean that he would be 5 points ahead of Lewis at the end of the season.
I just don't think that's fair on poor old Nakajima coming in 8th with his 1 point. That's probably his highest point plays.
Yeah, his only point score. Yeah.
Yeah,
But then he's benefited from that. Are you going to go and take all that money that he's got from being a point winner in Formula One?
Yeah, and the team would have benefited. No, this is too much. Don't scrap the race. I would say scrub Fernando rub him off the trophy, scratch him out, put Nico Rosberg on the trophy, have a new podium. Stage another podium for the 2008. Is it Spanish Grand Prix? It wasn't. It was Singapore. It was a night race. Oh, the reason why Massa didn't finish was famously when he drove out the pits with half his pit crew attached to his fueling rig.
Was it that one?
Yeah, it was that race. That was a brilliant season. That was those 2 seasons, 7, 8, and 9. It was a golden era for Formula One.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were you doing? You were a Formula One fan back then, weren't you? Because you've always been a Formula One.
I mean, 2007.
So 2007. 2007. That's when.
2007.
That's what we were talking about just then, weren't we? Seamlessly.
Yeah.
When did you start watching Formula One though? It wasn't 2007. I know, I'm being silly.
No, it was before that, but it wasn't consistent. That was the problem.
So, oh right, when did you become hardcore?
I don't know if I've ever become that hardcore, Wayne. Not compared to you, my learned friend.
Oh, that's very kind of you. So when did you start watching like full time, like properly every race?
Maybe about 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
6 years ago, maybe. Yeah.
Oh, so you were there before the Halo and all that business?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And before Drive to Survive made it popular.
Yeah, before Drive to Survive or Daniel Ricciardo. Yeah, Drive to Survive made it popular. So, yeah, everybody knows my story since I was about 15,
50 minutes old, I think you said last time.
15 minutes old.
And you were straight watching it. And...
Popped out 1974. Who would have been world champion in 1974? That would have been Emerson Fittipaldi. I nearly said Emerson, Lake and Palmer. I would have
Get
world
your
champions.
passions mixed up.
Yeah, all three of them.
Rock and Formula One.
Rock and Formula One. Well, that was probably the right time. But yeah, Emerson Fittipaldi was the world champion the year I was born. So there you go. What year were you born, sir?
2 years prior to that.
Why don't you say 1972? 1972 would have been. Oh my God, is that Jackie Stewart? No, it wasn't Jackie. He was 69, 71. Are you Googling that right now? Just to see. Right, I'm going to throw a few names at you. It's either going to be Jackie Stewart, Emerson Fittipaldi. Was it one of those two?
It was Emerson Fittipaldi, who at the time, at the age of 25,
was the youngest ever world champion. Although he looked like he was
washed up by this age.
You look at the picture of him. Look at the picture of Emerson Fittipaldi.
Oh, come on. I'm struggling to stay connected. What chance have I got of getting pictures?
He looks like he's like 40. And he's 25. He looks 40.
All right, yeah. So
he does,
one with sticking his tongue out. That was Lotus at one.
So 74 was Emerson Fittipaldi as well, yeah?
Okay, come on. My internet connection's not that fast.
Are you on dial-up or something? What's going on with you?
Oh, mate, don't even start me. I might as well be. Might as well you do this by pigeon next week.
Yeah.
If we have any network engineers watching or listening or whatever, I could do with some help.
We could do with some help, really, because short of me driving to Brendan's and taking a GoPro and recording the podcast live.
Yeah.
I think that's got to. It's your internet, isn't it? And then the next task is we've got to get off Zoom and find another way of doing it. I think if anybody wants, because this Zoom thing is not working for us. It's not working for us.
No.
So apologies to all listeners that are struggling to keep a coherent line of thread between our conversations. I do.
Should we go to predictions?
We should. We haven't had a Murray yet, but let's not worry. We can stick a Murray in some of the moments where you froze. So let's go to predictions.
Predictions.
Hey! There's the classic predictions there.
Are we getting some new ones soon? All this time you've got now?
All this time I've got that. Well, I'm not exhausted. Where is the next Grand Prix, sir? This weekend. Where is it?
As you'll recognise the pit lane behind me, we are in Zandvoort.
Yeah, because I did really well last time of recognising that pit lane, didn't I? Zandvoort. In the sand dunes. They used to be.
We are in the Circuit de Zandvoort. for the Formula One Heineken Dutch Grand Prix 2023. A relatively easy name to say.
Relatively easy. The Heineken, Santander, HSBC,
Emirates Airlines. Come on,
Emirates Airlines, ING,
Aramco.
Grand Prix. He stopped again. Where's he gone? Is he coming back?
Oh,
He's back. That one came back really quickly. What happened there?
Yeah.
Did someone hang up a phone somewhere? Someone hung up a phone in your neighbourhood.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. So, tell me the history of this. Let's talk about the history of this track, because we've got 33 minutes to subsume on predictions.
Like Silverstone, Zandvoort was first opened in 1948.
Wow.
And it was part of, it was originally made up of permanent track and public roads. And it went through the resort town of Zandvoort. Yeah. It was part of the post-war motorsport enthusiasm.
Yeah.
And it was the Dutch Automobile Racing Club that brought in the 1927 Le Mans winner Sammy Davis. Not Sammy Davis Jr. Don't get
yeah, that would be.
It'd have been a very different looking track.
Yeah. Zandvoort.
Yeah, so it was originally 4.2 kilometers track.
4.2 kilometers. Zandvoort.
After it's just come back after 36 years.
Because it was dangerous. It was a very, very dangerous track.
Yeah, one of the big talking points is the parabolic corner, which is banked so that they can drive at the same speed all the way around the outside. It's the same distance, like they have in the circuits in America, the Motor Speedway, Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So it's like one of those corners, and that's one of the cooler features of it. So yeah, it's a challenging track. A lot of drivers like it.
Yeah,
it's got a lot of different things going on around it. It was first Grand Prix, as we said, was 1952. We're going to be doing 72 laps this weekend. The circuit length is 4.25 kilometers.
Yeah,
quite a long circuit, and the race distance this weekend will be 306 kilometers. Now, can you remember the lap record?
I've actually got the Wikipedia page up, but I've not looked at it. Can I remember the lap record, or who did the lap record?
Both, please.
Max Verstappen. It's changed. It changed in 2020, though, didn't it? 2019, 2020. There's a slight change in the circuit, apparently. Just looking at all the iterations of it.
All right.
I'm going to say Max Verstappen, and I'm going to say 1 minute. I don't know, crikey. 1 minute. About the length of this podcast. 1 minute 32 seconds.
Without an interruption.
Yeah.
Wrong on both counts. It was Sir Lewis Hamilton in a time of 1 minute 11.097.
1 minute 11. That's a short track, isn't it?
Yeah. Fast lap. I'm just looking at the iterations of the track. It's quite interesting how they've just shortened it and shortened it and shortened it. They did this to Hockenheim as well. Hockenheim went out all the way into the country, and do you know what? I'm going to share the screen and show it to you. There we go. Hockenheim or Zandvoort?
I'm going to show you the Zandvoort track evolution.
All right.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Is it just there? Oh, yeah, you can see it, can't you? Yeah, so if you look here,
you could have hidden the donkey porn tabs at the top there.
I'm not on the donkey porn anymore, mate. It's the monkey porn. Okay, just get it right. Okay. The track evolution. So this top. Let me just get my little pen. Let's annotate it. So this looks like this is the only original bit left.
Yeah. That's the first corner, isn't it? Then.
So the start finish straight, first corner. And which way does it go? Yeah, first corner, yeah. That's survived. Oh no, this bit along here, I suppose, has survived from the original bit.
Up to corner 7.
Wonder why they changed it. A lot of the time, because when they used to, like when you look at, not Hockenheim, what's the other one in Germany? Nürburgring.
Yeah.
They go all the way out into the country, and I do think they change it for safety reasons. They must do, because
They've got to have it so close, a certain distance from the paddock.
from amenities and things like that, yeah. And this is what it looked like 1990 to 90. I don't think, when was F1 racing there? When did they stop racing there?
1985.
They stopped racing in 1985. Oh,
Yeah.
there was, I'm sure, there was a terrible crash in the 70s. He says, trying to get rid of this pen. Get rid of the pen. Let's have a look. See if I can find it. See, now I've drawn on the screen. This is what happens. Let's see, the circuit events. I will, yes, I'm going to stop. Let's stop sharing for a second. That will get rid of that. But since 1985, to solve a number of problems that had made it impossible to develop an upgraded track. Yeah, what happened was, I think it was this track. Let me see.
A lot of fatal accidents. A lot of fatal accidents.
Yeah, this is what I was just telling you. They did a big push to make it safer, I think, and then the race that they come back on was a terrible, terrible crash. If it's this track, let's have a look at where does it say about the fatal accidents on this Wikipedia page? Am I not looking?
Scroll down to the bottom.
Here's Courage. Courage broke. Fatal accidents. Here, Roger Williamson lost control. This is the one. Let me just share the screen. Share the screen. It's getting a bit morbid here, but you know, this is Formula One. It's a dangerous game. Share the screen. So this Roger Williamson race here was a terrible accident, and you can go online and see what happened. Williamson lost control of his car due to a suspected tyre failure during. They'd done so many upgrades because a lot of the drivers said they're not going to race there anymore. It's too dangerous. Between 1970 and 1973. So when they come back in 73, so we've made it way safer. This is going to be brilliant. It's way safer. And then this crash happened, and David Purley stopped his own race car because he was friends with Roger Williamson, and they just couldn't. It was. I urge you to watch this online. It is absolutely heartbreaking because David Purley was a good friend of Roger Williamson, and he's the only one trying to save his friend's life. It's and you're watching it and you're like, oh my God. And all the fire marshals has just stood around looking. And the car's upside down. Are you still there, mate?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah, you got to keep moving. Yeah. It's a it's an awful crash. And the fire marshals didn't, and I do urge you to watch it. I might send you the link. Topped his own race and tried unsuccessfully to save Williams' life. The circuit was so poorly prepared and had not enough fire extinguishers were at hand. It's honest to God,
basic, isn't it now?
Honestly, if you watch that, you'll be like, oh my God. And that's when they decided, right, we're not racing there again. And they must have gone back on the 29th of July again, blimey, in 1979. That wasn't a Formula One. That wasn't a Formula One.
No, that's all it's different formulas and different cars.
Yeah.
A lot of stunt driving and competition and single seaters. But that was an awful kind of accident, really. Let me just see so they went back in 1985. Cycling in Stop racing 1985, yeah.
I was going to say there was no fatalities in the cycles races, but that's an awful. Yeah. Anyway, on that happy note, should we get on to the predictions?
Yeah, let's do predictions.
Okay.
You ready for them?
Have we done the predictions? No, we have. We've done the predictions. Yes. I'm
done the results, haven't we?
We've done the results. I can tell you what our results are.
All right.
Oh, all right. Let me just let's just fill the screen. This is what our scores are now, sir. We did the results from the last race,
So just while you're doing all that, would you, if we were to choose another Grand Prix to go to, obviously Zandvoort is quite close. Would you want to go to that?
I would, sir. I would, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was looking at Monaco actually the other day, and I thought, no, I've driven down there once. That's just too far.
You've left one car in your wake there.
We left one car in its wake on the side of the road near Fontainebleau. Fontainebleau. Yeah. I've been to Fontainebleau before. I've told you that story, so it's not that interesting. Right, okay. So, sir, who is going to get pole position? I've got a feeling I know what you're going to say. You're going to play it safe. Now you've got this healthy lead of 14 points.
Get Anvil.
We're showing our age there, aren't we? Blimey. Go on. Who are you going to put pole?
I'm going to put Charles on pole.
Charles Leclerc. Wow. I suppose you've got the points to make a risk.
Yeah.
Charles, look.
Good over one lap. He's good over one lap.
Charles Leclerc. Lap time. Fastest lap time.
Fastest lap, I think. Oh, yeah. Are we going quicker or slower at the moment? What do you think? Wait. Nearly fell off my chair there. All right.
Hey!
114.
Point. What?
0.675.
675. And who's? That's the lap, isn't it? That's the wrong place. I'm doing everything the wrong way round today. Okay, who's going to get that fastest lap?
Who's going to get the fastest lap? Fastest lap will be Max.
Max Verstappen for his army.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah. How are you enjoying that Lemsip? Brendan's not very well. He's a bit stop-starty tonight anyway, but he's not very well.
I put some honey in it,
Was it honey or brandy? Oh, brandy. Honey. Brandy in a Lemsip.
A bit of whiskey in there, shouldn't I? A bit of rum.
Yeah, and then ditch the Lemsip and maybe. So who you got to win this one, buddy? I mean...
it's got to be Max, isn't it?
That's what you want to go for?
Yeah.
Go for the man. Yeah. Now it's the best of the rest. So for winning is Max. Who are you going to go for second? Do you think Perez is desperate to get back on at least second place, isn't he now?
Oh, he did last Grand Prix, didn't he?
Yeah, he did get second place last Grand Prix, and Hamilton is desperate to catch Perez in the standings, apparently. Well, that's what he said after on the weekend warm-up interview. He said what we're aiming at is to have the best 10 races of my life so I can catch Perez. That's what he wants.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So, what are you going for, sick boy?
I reckon it'll be Perez Alonso.
Perez.
Yeah.
You think Alonso's going to be back in big way? Okay.
I think they know what's going on. Hamilton, Leclerc.
So Leclerc you've got for pole, but no top three for him.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Lando. 6. Carlos 7.
Carlos Sainz. Where is that man? Where is that? He's up here, isn't he?
Up at the top.
Oh, up at the top. Oh, I wish we could do that. Carlos 7th.
Russell Piastri.
Where's Russell? Russell's sporting a new hairstyle. He's gone for a centre parting. I don't know whether.
You're kidding me, have you?
Yeah, he's gone for the old centre parting. He's back in a big way. Welcome back to the 90s. Relight my fire.
And then
what about
I
old
reckon-
old McEnroe there? Well, where is he? Lance Stroll. What do you reckon?
He's carrying an infection this weekend, so he's not.
Of course he is.
Today.
If it's not his thumbs, it's something else in it with that boy. He's just not in it. He can't play tennis if he's going to keep getting infected.
Albon.
That's a safe. That is a safe. It's either Albon or Sonoda, isn't it? Or maybe Gasly. Ocon was a bit racy in the last race. Ocon was racy.
Be
Okay.
interesting to see who the team principal is for Alpine.
What do you think? That Daddy will go too then, or
What?
what for Alpine?
No, Alpine, yeah, because
They've not announced one yet. Not.
No, Otmar hasn't. Otmar's left.
Yeah.
He was fired. So
Right.
we don't know who's taking over from him.
Oh. So they're rudderless, quite literally. Well, they can continue, can't they?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you just crack on, didn't you? Right, I'm going to go pole for Verstappen because. Oh, why? Why is it? I constantly I just want to click in there. I'm double clicking in there. Right.
Named Bruno Famine as the team chief.
Bruno Famine.
Yeah. I don't know if that's-
Famine as in Hungary.
Yeah, Famin.
What an odd surname.
Ooh.
Okay, I'll put pole Max. Now lap time. No, fastest lap, sorry. I'm gonna go Perez. I don't know why that sounded like. I'm gonna go closer to this fastest lap time. 1 minute 12.375. Big difference there. Okay. Who am I going to have to win? I think it's a no-brainer, isn't it? I don't know why I even bothered thinking there. Oh, that's not the right button, is it? Look, just copy it and paste it. That's all I want you to do. There we go, Max. Max to win. Now, I'm going to get these McLaren boys up in the mix here. I'm thinking... I'm thinking Perez is going to have another disaster, so I'm not going to put him. I'm going to put Norris second.
Yeah, so there's no announcement for who the new team principal for Alpine's going to be.
You'd think they'd want to do that. Wonder they must be still doing interviews.
Yeah, that's something like that. Yeah. You've got Norris second. Wow.
Well, he's got a couple of seconds, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
I'm almost tempted. I don't think he'll win this one. The crowd's too much behind Verstappen anyway. I know that shouldn't really make it.
Yeah, because the crowd makes a huge difference, doesn't it?
Why would you do that? Why would you? I literally just said that and you interrupted. I was refuting it myself. Anyway,
You must have gone quiet because I didn't hear you.
yeah, your ears are all blocked up with old Lemsip and stuff.
What?
Like,
What are you saying?
Hey!
Someone say what?
Stupid say what? Okay, I'm going to put the goat. Oh, no. Go away. I'm going to put the goat third. Because I think this boy... I don't think Perez is going to be in that seat next year. That's my big, bold statement. Or is he re-signed already? Is he saying he's not signed already? When's he signed?
They've announced it. I don't know if they've signed it, but he's...
That means nothing, though. I'll put Perez fourth.
No. All right.
And I think he's going to have an epic battle with Piastri, who's shown, even though the way he acted to get into all these seats, that he's been all over. He's been very good, isn't he? Very consistent. Piastri got into a little bit of a scrape at the start of the last Grand Prix. I haven't got a Danny Rick here. I'm just saying, not that he did very well last time, but like you say, Nick de Vries. Woo! Let's put him up there. Okay. Let's get some of these Ferraris in there. Then Leclerc. They're gonna be Linus Stern 6th and 7th, I think. And they're going to go, oh, yeah, we just haven't got the package for the race. We've got it for qualifying. Okay. Russell, I feel like he's going to be 9th. He says jumping from 7th to 9th.
Uh-huh.
Carry
on.
Someone's got to drop off out of our top 10 team. The 10 team. Out of the top 10, those 5 teams, one of them's got to drop off.
All right.
So who haven't I put in there from those top 5 teams? Stroll or Alonso?
Yeah, that's it.
Alonso, I think Alonso's not going to have a good race. I think he's going to go 8th. So I'm going to roll the dice here. What? No. Who's going to be in this? I'm going to go Tsunoda.
Tsunoda. Good on them.
Or should I go Ocon? It's either Tsunoda, Ocon, or Gasly. Not Logan Sargent. Give it up, Logan. Oh, Albon. I don't want to just copy you. I'll go Tsunoda. Yeah, so my top 10. Let's just read these out. And pretend this isn't killing time at all. Okay, so for you, you've got Verstappen to win. That for you, I mean Brendan has got Verstappen to win. Perez 2nd, Alonso 3rd, Hamilton 4th, Leclerc 5th, Norris 6th, Sainz 7th, Russell 8th, Piastri 9th, Albon 10th. I have got Verstappen to win. I've got Norris in 2nd, the GOAT, Hamilton 3rd, Perez 4th, Piastri 5th. Although I'm regretting not giving this boy, he's close to a podium, isn't he? Piastri. He's got to be close. Has he got a podium yet?
No.
Yeah. Shall I swap him around with? No. I'll leave him 5th. Leclerc 6th, Sainz 7th, Alonso 8th, Russell 9th. I don't know why, he sounds like a dog, I know. And Tsunoda 10th. And that's my top 10 there. There's our predictions. Let me just zoom out and take that screenshot so we've got it forever to mark off on. Oh, that's a bit too far. And then we get the spinny wheel that doesn't. Is that readable there? It's not readable, is it? That's readable. That's readable now.
Yeah, you can read it now. Yeah.
There we go. Yep. There's our top 10. I'll pop that in your WhatsApp. Where's the yeah, okay. First of all, let's stop sharing. Let's pop that into your WhatsApp, sir. So that you've got the top 10, and then I've got a copy as well. So where is it all gone here? Moving everything around. Sorry, people. This isn't riveting stuff for anybody to possibly be listening to. There we go. There we go.
Share a picture of Lewis Hamilton arriving in Zandvoort.
Let's have a look at Lewis Hamilton. Is he wearing crazy clothes?
You need to let me share the screen. Or I could WhatsApp it to you.
No. We'll share the screen. Hold on. I forgot the button now. And multiple participants can share. Go for it, sir. And as you can tell with Brendan's internet, we might get this. Oh, what's he wearing here? Let me just close that. What's the one leg thing? And the what? Oh, for crying out loud.
He's got one, it looks like an elite worksite glove. The black ones that are cut proof, right? Good for taking down bramble bushes, those ones.
I wear those at work. Yeah, go on. Yeah, they're great for the winter.
He's only good for one hand, and then he's got his left trouser leg rolled up. I don't know if he's joined the Masons or whatnot. And he's got a matching white watch and phone case.
I mean,
that's not his craziest, but
it's not his craziest. Type in crazy Hamilton outfits. Just type that into Google. Close all your browsers from your donkey sex and all that, and let's see the worst. Let's do it. Let's see the worst of his. You opening a new tab there, are you? There we go. Crazy Hamilton Lewis Hamilton. Crazy fashion. Okay. Images and photo. Okay.
Look at them, mate.
I don't know where I sit with this. Let's click on one of them. Let's have a look.
I love fact that can't be comfortable. That looks itchy.
That's your nan's curtains. What are you talking about? It's your net curtains.
That's
Look at the state of the nets next door. That's what my mum used to worry about. That the neighbours will see the state of my nets.
Pick one side. Pick either have red trousers or blue trousers. I mean, this is great content for the radio for those that are listening.
Yeah. Well, right, okay, let's describe. Hang on a minute. I see he looks quite dapper there, talking to that lady. Yeah, that one. No, he looks kind of dapper. That's kind of a. For all you podcast listeners, he looks like he's from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air there, from the early 90s. He's got an early 90s look going on.
Collarless granddad shirt.
Who's he talking to? Because she's showing a bit of side boob.
I trust you to pick that up.
I'm so thirsty. Anyway, who else we got there? See, no, he's on a scooter. I draw the line with scooters.
I've got a picnic blanket that looks like that.
I urge all podcast listeners who aren't looking at this fantastic array of clothing, just Google it. I like the white suit. Go back to the white double-breasted suit. Yes, that's smart. That looks cool.
Put a shirt on.
Well, no, you've got to give him due. When he gets it right, he does get it right. He's got it right there, big style.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, I like that one. That's good. But I don't know. Where do you stand with these celebrities that do this? I think it's just it's the ultimate.
It's an outlet for his money, isn't it? Something to do.
Oh, was that his girlfriend? Has he got a girlfriend?
He was maybe dating Shakira allegedly.
Her hips don't lie. I know that. I know that's a terrible joke. I'm so full of dad jokes. Who's that in the pink he's with there?
Zendaya.
Yeah, I think that suit works on him as well. I think keeping it just simple.
That's a bit matrixy, that. Is this a Formula One podcast or a fashion podcast? Come on.
Well, we've got 5 more minutes to do here, so we're going to rip into Lewis Hamilton's dress styles for 5 minutes. Right, what's that? Wait, go back a minute. Go back.
Enough.
No,
enough already.
He looked like a priest.
Come on.
I've got to find that picture. He looks like a priest. I'm sorry, podcast listeners. I'm sorry you have to put up with this. We've had a terrible connection. We would have finished this podcast about four days ago if it wasn't for our terrible connection. He looked like a priest in that picture. I've got to find it. I'm going to share the screen. Oh, why won't my where's that gone? Why has nothing ever worked for me? He says. No, I was reading that. And now where's that gone? You might just have to go without. I might have to pop it into the thumbnail. Ditch the usual grid girl. Ditch the usual grid girls that get us our only clicks. Why is it? Oh, let's close Chrome. Close Chrome. Quick Chrome. Open it again. Right. Quick Chrome. Right. I've got to find that picture. That was just phenomenal. He looks like a Catholic priest. I don't know what he's thinking. Okay. Let's find
Lots of answers, but probably not good to be broadcast.
Lewis. No one's listening. You know that. Thank God.
Not this far in.
Not this far in. Lewis Hamilton. Milton. What did you type? Outfits. Fashion. Right, okay. Images. We're going to get the same results because you're on Chrome. Let's find the Cardinal himself. Where was it? You went down here. See here. I don't even mind what the shell suit look he's got going there. Where was it? We went down here. We argued about whether he's got a girlfriend or not. We were down here. There. Whoa. Here we go.
Are you sharing the screen meant to be or what?
Oh no! See, I'll share the screen. I'm going to share the screen. I was hoodwinked by his hair. I thought that hair was part of his hat. It looked like he had like a priest's outfit on. That was a whole. We wasted some time there, didn't we? Okay, people. I think on that terrible note,
Yeah.
it's time to wrap up the podcast. We'll see you after the weekend. See the results of the Dutch Grand Prix, and we'll have a race to talk about. Really, that's basically what it is. Stop sharing, yeah. So I've been stop sharing. Stop sharing anything we say. Just stop it. Just stop. I've been the host for the shiniest host for most. It is so hot. Shambles. I've been the host for the most. Wayne and Brendan's been the man.
I'm in the man that's not in Zandvoort.
No, not in Zandvoort. The man in the pits with the tits. Brendan.
Yeah.
Can we all say get well to Brendan? Everybody. Anybody out there listening to the podcast now, say it now. I think that silence tells us everything about how many podcast listeners we got. Okay, guys, we'll see you next week. See you. Bye.
See ya, bye.